Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Adventures in Arcane Space, and happy Thanksgiving to all of the Americans out there. Our players are...
Hi, I'm Higgimus, Corporal First Class, and I play a Giff fighter.
Hi, I'm David Big Mac Shepherd. I play Braxon, who's a human fighter.
I'm G-Man. I play Yeldan Charpai, a Elven Ranger from Realm Space.
I'm James. I play Ockar, human paladin. I'm barely awake.
I'm Levalithana, a wild elf, an elven wild mage.
Hi, I'm Zakar. I play Lafdul Mean Glade, Master of Fun and Master of Fixing Things. In other words, a thief priest.
Your favorite things to fix are races, right?
What?
What?
Like horse races.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
anyway.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, that took a while.
I think you failed your
concept.
failed your initiative roll on the punchline.
No, I had a critical failure.
No,
My attack roll was a critical failure. Anyway.
Lafdul failed his wisdom or something.
At least you didn't have to explain your own joke. Then it's not a joke anymore.
So, you guys are just about ready to set off. There was a couple things that came up during the week that people wanted to wrap up real fast. So, let's go ahead and start with Higgimus.
So Higgimus has been having his eye on trying to get a gun worthy of him. So he's figured that he wants to make his gun out of amantite, and he knows that he knows how to make guns, but and maintain them and everything, but he doesn't quite know how to work with amantite because it's amantite. Because it's hard and rare. What he would think of is the dwarves know how to work with a lot of stuff. Maybe the Lord Noberduk would be able to point him in the right direction for somebody that could show him how to work with.
Okay. So you pay a visit to him, and given the assistance that you had previously given his family, he's pretty quick to grant you a meeting, an audience, and asks you, "Ah, yes, my gift friend, what can I do for you today?"
Lord Noberduk, thank you for granting me an audience with you in the short space of time. I'm trying to put together a gun that would rival others. I know how to make them myself, but I want to make it out of amantite, and I don't know quite the specifics on how to work with it. And I was wondering if you might know somebody that could show me the ropes with working with that material.
Yes. That is tough material to work. Even among the dwarves, there are not too many who know the process. Well, I don't believe there are any here on Brawl right now who know, but I do believe there are some families in Forge Space that I could consult. If you do not need the response immediately, I could contact some of them and see what they would, whether any of them would be willing to teach you. I'm think it would be safe to say that they would probably require some sort of recompense, but I don't believe it would be an actual coinage.
All right. I'm fully aware that this is an endeavor worthy of spending good quality time trying to get put together. So I'm willing to pay whatever the costs are for it.
All right. Well, I'll send some missives over to Forge Space on the next trade ships and see what response we get back. I do believe you have an office here on Brawl that I can leave the responses with.
Yes.
All right. I'll make a note and I will have any responses delivered there should you not be around.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time and your consideration in this.
All right, and you go ahead and take your leave. Now, I do want to point a little bit out of game. I had an adventure idea in mind a little while ago, and my problem was how to get you guys to do it. So thank you for giving me a way to get you guys to do it.
Not a problem. I really appreciate that you're going to make this hard for me because then something given freely is not appreciated much, and it'll just add to the legend of the gun when it gets.
Do you want me to roll to see if I know anything about working with adamantine?
You don't. Neither do you.
Yeldan did.
I was like, if I rolled a 1.
No. If you'd rolled a 1, you wouldn't know how to use it. You wouldn't know how to work it. You weren't trained. This is something that you would have needed to be trained on using, and neither of you were trained to do so.
Then I guess we will be joining Higgimus on learning how to work with adamantine.
They're not just going to sell it to everyone. That's a trade secret. Otherwise,
but we're actual smiths, so we would want to know.
Yeah, Higgimus is a gunsmith.
You're all smiths.
If we get enough of it, Braxon could bard the ship in it.
Yeldan's a blacksmith. I'm an armor smith.
We're not that rich.
So
if you got enough of it, yes, you could. Will you get enough of it?
That's the problem. I don't know if you could get enough of it.
Yeldan, do you ever plan? Let's start again. Ever eventually learn? Planning on learn to? What the hell? I can't speak today. He's cursed me.
Oh, so my curse on you is working.
Are you planning on taking leatherworking? That's an easy way of saying it.
Leatherworking? I think I already have that.
Do you?
Yeah, leatherworking.
Oh, I just wanted to know.
Part of the flavor of Yeldan was like he learned how to make all his stuff on his own. That's why I have weaponsmithing, bow, fletcher, and leatherwork.
What was there a particular reason that you were asking, Lafdul?
No, I was just passing thought. I was thinking I might eventually get it myself, but that's not until a few levels.
Oh, okay.
Does he want to get spellcraft?
I've got spellcraft. I'm getting reading, writing, and common next.
He's planned out his non-weapon proficiencies, which is kind of amusing because he gets more than anyone else because he's multi-class.
I have not planned out mine at all.
Which is fine. All right, so Higgimus, was there anything else, or was that it?
I think that's the biggest thing there.
Okay.
I took care of the rest of it off screen, I think.
Yeah, I'll also say that you asked Noberduk to also get that adamantite maul that you wanted as well.
Yes.
So he is basically commissioned that. You paid him and he's getting it made, but it is coming from
Forge Space.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Well, now you know where the adamantite's coming from.
It's a dwarven sphere, so I mean there's like
I wonder.
mines galore.
I know what I'm saving up money for now. I'm gonna put in a special order for adamantite full plate.
What about adamantite? Yeah, that wouldn't cost an arm and a leg, like 100k.
That's why I'm gonna save up my money for it.
Yeah. So the reason why, just for everyone's knowledge, the reason why Higgimus wants to work with it is because he asked me how much it would cost to get it commissioned, and it would be 35,000 gold pieces.
Oh,
you're better off going the Higgimus route, learning how to make it, and then make the plate armor yourself.
Yeah, true.
Wouldn't Higgimus rather get a genuine maul instead of one from Forge Space?
That was bad.
That was bad. And I know where you're going with that. It's
so
bad.
The one thing I don't understand about non-weapon proficiencies is, are you able to like get extra slots in them to make them better?
Yeah.
Yeah. What you do is you spend another one of your non-weapon proficiency slots on it, and they get better.
Yeah. So every slot that you spend in addition gives you a +1 bonus to it.
So armor, which was originally 2 slots, if I spend one more slot in that when I eventually get another slot, would I get better, or will I have to spend another 2?
Just one. Every single slot that
Okay.
you once you've purchased a non-weapon proficiency, every slot that you spend on it after that gives you a +1 bonus to the check.
Oh,
Okay.
you're lucky.
Then I might-
Yours only costed 1, 2. Weapon cost 3.
Yeah, armor only costs 2. Weapons cost 3 because armor is easier to make than weapons.
So, just so you are aware, Ockar, the price for adamantite full plate armor would be 500,000 gold pieces.
How much would it be if I was making it myself?
The time and expense
Finding
of
enough
the
of the material?
adamantite. I don't
Not
have
to
a price
mention
on
the quest
adamantite
you
right
have to
now.
go on.
Yeah.
And to pay somebody to teach you how. This is going to be a long process for Higgimus, and it's going to be
Yes.
kind of like my big thing. Like, you know, Yeldan's working on with the slaver stuff with this master, and Leva with her master thing, and this
It's
is going
like-
to be Higgimus's.
End game armor. This is like 15th, 16th level armor.
Well, Ockar doesn't really have anything else, and he wants to learn how to be better at armoring, so he'll probably try to learn how
Yeah.
to do adamantine.
Also, adamantite full plate armor isn't actually any better than steel full plate armor, except in regards to things like
Saving.
saving throws. Now, I mean,
True.
obviously you could get it enchanted, but anyway. So, Higgimus, you're all done.
I do want to pick up a regular one,
A
regular
maul?
iron one.
Maul.
Yeah, regular iron maul, so I can start getting.
Start training.
That's
Yeah.
6 gold pieces.
Don't you want to get like a goblin skull attached to the end instead of a
No,
something more?
He can do that himself later.
wouldn't last.
Yeah.
Break first hit.
Yeah,
Well,
the goblin
your strength.
skull. The goblin skull will attach itself to the end.
Okay, Braxon, was there anything in particular that you wanted?
Some pearls, I think.
Anything
There
other
was
than standard purchases that you can just take care of on your own?
There was something that Braxton was supposed to do with leather a while ago, which is admin stuff. I've got to pay her to make some lamps on the ship.
Okay. Well, that, I mean, again, that's stuff between you guys, so you can just like
Yeah.
work it out between you and then say what happens and let me know.
Yeah, no, he was
Okay.
just looking for gossip on the nearby asteroids and all this sort of stuff, looking for work. But you said nothing came of that.
Yeldan, anything for you?
Um,
Last minute stuff that you didn't think of? Feel free to say no.
I need to remember how much was the sell rate? What was the percentage
The what?
for selling items with value?
What items?
There's like a bunch, like gold crown set with stones.
Oh, right. Okay. So those will go for 75%.
75.
Ockar, any last minute things that you thought of?
I'm looking in my items. I'm thinking about selling this filter of glibness. Because I don't think I'll ever really use it.
It's up to you.
Can you sell that? When you donate that?
I mean, you might want to prefer to donate it to your temple because it is a magic item.
I'll donate the filter of glibness and sell this filter of love.
Well, see, I mean,
Or
the thing
donate
is
them
that you
both.
donate them both. If you don't want them, just donate them.
Yeah, I'll just give those up to my temple. I don't see any use for them, and I would never use a filter of love.
Okay.
At least not with this character.
Not willingly, Lafdul mutters to himself.
You realise that we'll have umpteen opportunities to use a filter of love, and that we'll end up killing someone because we don't have one.
Filter of love is just not my way of doing things.
Leva, anything last minute for you?
I don't know whether that belongs under the buying normal stuff, but Leva realized that she needs to buy a gown to be able to use the deep pocket spell.
It has a price on it, correct?
It depends on how many pockets that that gown will have. It's at least 50 for a gown with 12, one dozen.
Well, I mean,
Or
if you've got the prices, you can just mark it down and take care of it.
well,
I'm looking for
I have
last
a
minute
question.
things that you needed to ask me about.
Okay, in that case, no.
Okay. And Lafdul?
Yeah, Higgimus actually reminded me of something. I
Okay.
mentioned it on the tail end of the last episode that I wanted to cast Idea 3 times on the last 3 days in case we forgot stuff.
Okay. But is there any... Okay, we'll handle that in a moment. Any last minute purchases that you wanted to do?
Spell scrolls, I might, because I've now known about the money that I have. And I did my money sink. Yeah, can I get some curing spells, like Cure Light Wounds, Cure Moderates?
Cure Light Wounds are 100, Cure Moderate are 300.
What level?
They'll
Eighth
be
level,
at 8th
or-
level, yeah.
How many can I have?
2 of each.
Two. Thank you.
Okay, and you cast Idea, and the first thing that that you get with that first spell is that when you found the charts, there was also an odd cylindrical object alongside them that you may want to remember when you go down to the planet.
I mentioned that to Higgimus.
Did you guys remember that? Did anyone remember that?
No.
Actually, I know that they were found in the boxes.
But you knew about the cylindrical object?
Cylindrical object. That was the rod
Mm-mm.
that Braxon
Nope.
used.
There was also a cylindrical object.
Ah, shoot.
Hey, it's a great spell, isn't it? I'm only casting it 3 times.
I was genuinely hoping that you would cast that before the... Well, I was half hoping. I was also half hoping you wouldn't, and then you'd get to the destination and be like, wait, how do we do this now? Wait, wasn't there something else that came with the stuff?
What is it?
Rod.
What is it?
I think that was the one.
No, you didn't sell it.
Oh, we
What
didn't
is
sell
it?
that
You
one.
did not sell that.
We didn't sell that one. Okay.
It
We
might
sold
be
the
in-
crown.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we sold. Okay.
And there was a
I didn't
So
even
that
know-
was that was the one that was in the 2-foot long case made with black metal silvery wood panels, right?
It was... I don't remember exactly which one. I mean, there were 2 cases, and it was in one, and it was with the charts and the maps.
Okay.
Oh, so it's not in Braxton's junk pile.
I don't know. I mean, you might have to dig through stuff to find it, but I never gave you a price.
No, I have
for
it right
selling.
here.
Yeah. So
I have it here.
I'm buying some more oil, sorry. As well.
Was that magical?
no.
No. Does it have does it look like it has any writings on it or anything like that? Any identifying markers?
Let me go back and see, because I don't actually remember.
How much do trade buys weigh?
Quite a bit. Ask me
the-
afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah, I might have to.
Okay, so
trade buys.
the cylinder is hollowed at one end and has strange geometric shapes cut into it.
Inside it or outside it?
On the outside.
Oh,
It's a steel cylinder about as thick as a man's arm.
are the geometric shapes holes?
They do not appear to be. They're not fully all the way through.
Ah, right. I was just wondering if we could put a candle inside and it turns into
So
a map.
Look like it might be a key.
If it's a key, it's not like any key you've ever seen.
Can I go to the what do you go call those people? Seekers.
Mhm.
And see if they've seen thing like this before.
They have not.
Awesome. Okay.
Hang
Okay,
on.
what
So
does
it's...
what does Lafdul's second idea give him?
Well, Lafdul, you were about to ask a question. before we move on to any other idea spells?
I have another question.
Sorry, I've obviously misheard. This item's a was it oblong or was it long?
It's a long steel cylinder.
And it's got holes, geometric holes in it, or
Yeah, but not cut all the way through on the end, and one end is hollow.
Braxon
so
says,
stuff inserts into it.
Maybe.
Bra-
I'm
Might
going
be
to
part of,
deploy.
like,
I'm
a
going to deploy
three-part
my
key.
favorite line. You don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Braxton says, why don't we get the kitchen to make a bit of pastry and roll it across the pastry and see if it makes a map?
Oh,
like
geometric
clay?
shapes.
Okay.
Yeah, can we take it to the astrolabe? Does it have anything similar?
Nothing that you can tell right now. They don't make any sense to you. And if you do roll it across dough or clay or something like that, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't create.
Oh, I see what you did there. Yeah.
Also, I have something here. Do any of those shapes match up to anything that's on the maps?
Not as far as you can tell.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe this fits into something else.
That's what I was gonna say. Maybe the part of a 3-part thing.
Oh, Asher.
Mm-hmm.
Higgimus, sorry. Am I holding on to those other scrolls that you mentioned? Because I've not written them down on my character sheet. I assume because I'm the only one casting them.
What scrolls?
The endure elements. You had like 6 of them, didn't you? The code and the heat ones.
Oh, yes.
What level will they cast?
Because you have to cast them 8.
Yeah, there is.
8. That's in.
So there's 6 endure heat and 6 endure cold.
That's 1 for each member of the party.
Yeah, with a 10% chance to fail on each one.
It's 10%. Okay.
It's still there, though.
Let's see.
I can still cast a spell myself as well. Anyway, so.
Second idea. You.
That's another good piece of info.
I know that. I know why he's casting.
No, I'm just doing it in case I forgot. I don't know, but Lafdul, that's the whole point of the spell.
Yep, I know. It's also good for, like, in case we forgot to get something for the weather or something as well.
Yeah, and that's the main reason I was thinking of clothing or.
Especially, I should tell the elves where we're going, so if they have any mischiefs or anything.
No,
that needs
they
to go that area.
no. They.
Maybe you can still go let them know.
Yeah, you asked them if they had needed anything done in there for them.
The second idea spell. You recall that the people of Radol are very, very serious about lawbreaking. And the third one, you recall that it is possible to do quote-unquote spell research to divine command words.
Ooh.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a hint.
Well, it's something that I've mentioned, but I'm not sure if you guys quite got. So.
Yeah.
All right.
I knew about yeah, but that's like on Brawl or something.
No, you can do it. You've got a library.
Well, Lever can do it.
If only he could read.
I can read. I read in the proper language. Not this commoner's tongue, all the you mucks keep speaking. Lafdul says something in Elvish. Braxon can understand it.
All right, Higgimus, you go inform the elves that you will be going to Winter Space. They do not have anything to send with you, but they do give you a code. It's not a secret code or anything like that, but a code that you can mention to Elven patrol ships, letting them know that you are at least associated with the Elven Imperial Navy.
So that could be important to know when we go to winter space. Is the security tighter there?
There is a planet of Armistice, which has a large population of settled goblinoids from the Unhuman War.
Yeah, we don't want to land there.
Okay, so so security is going to be tighter in that sphere. Do they know anything about the extra rules and regulations for what's the name of that plant we're going to?
Radol.
They inform you that you will not be permitted to land on at one of the towns primarily populated by elves. There is an open port when you get there, and they highly recommend that you listen to the Planetary Defense Force.
Okay.
Do you think we can get a guide?
I'm sorry?
You're not there.
Do you think we can get a guide?
They don't have anyone to send with you.
What's made them so xenophobic over there?
Are you asking the elves?
Yeah.
The elf that you are talking to says that the world is, for the residents, a paradise planet. They see it as a paradise, and they are deeply afraid that people are going to come in and disrupt everything.
Oh, okay. They like the hot and cold. Okay.
Alright, you all done? You guys all done? Ready to...
I think so. Question.
Okay.
Could I go to select the other tabs just to find out if, because I'm getting my scopes, basically to know if they already know if there's friendly powers there to my deity or deity grouping.
Yeah, the elven deities are worshipped there.
Alright, that's good then.
The sphere has a pretty significant
elven population.
Elven presence because of the Armistice blockade, and Radol as well, and some of the other ports.
That's good for you.
Yeah.
Do we find our third helms person?
Ah, yes. Thank you for reminding me. I did almost forget about that. Yes. So in the interim, while waiting for your ship to be repaired, you also continue looking for a third helmsperson, and the one that you settle on, she will be 250 gold per month because she's 5th level, which is what you wanted.
Ooh.
And her name is Varadra Nodric. She is a dwarven priestess of Muamon Duathal, who is the dwarven deity of travelers and expatriates and wanderers.
So I'll get along with her, probably.
And she is quite excited to go visit other places.
Excellent.
She's
welcome aboard.
Basically an adventurous type dwarf. She's got dark brown skin and mahogany hair that she likes to keep tied up in a bun, and her beard is rather short with two braids, about 6 inches long. You've seen dwarves with significantly longer beards. And her eyes are a steel gray color, and she basically, for combat purposes, wears chain armor, mail armor, uses a shield and mace, and otherwise it just prefers utilitarian travel clothes.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Glad to have her aboard. At some point in time, could you paste her name?
Sure.
Thank you.
May I also get the other helmsman we picked up to replace Parrish?
That was
we did.
Ariel Silverboa.
That's the dwarf.
The other one.
So we have 2 dwarves now.
No.
No. Just
No.
The other
Oh,
one.
sorry.
The other one was
elf.
An
Elven
elf.
mage.
Elf
Oh,
wizard.
okay. Okay,
Who used
sorry.
to
I
be in
thought
the Imperial Navy.
you said the other one was a dwarf. Just now, Braxon. Sorry.
Tell you what, Ald, I cannot, for the life of me, find where it lists the armor class of Elven Chain.
It's the same as regular mail.
Oh.
It just
It's
has
just-
less penalties and no arcane
And
Yeah,
it weighs half as much.
I'm.
spell.
I didn't do too bad with the spelling of her name. I didn't catch the name of the dirty though. You wouldn't mind
Mulamon Duathal.
Mulamon.
For those of you, for those characters from the Forgotten Realms, that's the same as Marthammer Duin. Same deity, different name.
Ah.
Who?
Ask me afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
That's what I
not
was planning.
I'm not familiar with D&D exclusive gods.
All right. Everything ready for you guys to set off?
Yeah.
There's always
Have
20
we
other things.
resupplied the ship and everything?
Yeah. The pots took care of resupply.
Oh.
So
There
you, have,
was...
so you have full food, but if you want any extra, you will need to pay for that yourself.
Lever will cast an omen.
Okay, give me a second.
Let me check our food supplies then.
I'm-
I can't remember what a maximum capacity of food was before we increased it to 1,000,
It's the same as water.
which is also at 10,000 now because we also increased it.
Same as air. That you can't increase.
Yeah, thank you.
And we can always increase air. Put more plants.
I don't suppose there's anyone other than the Seekers that could give us information on the monsters on Radol.
Assuming
Not reliably.
we might get customs maybe from speakers a bit, like maybe some of the basic laws.
Well, Braxon's more worried about not getting killed by.
We increased the amount of berry plants we have, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I've got one for each month now.
So that
All
means
right.
our water consumption them increase. Well,
Yeah.
All right, Leva. Your omen indicates that it's a neutral omen.
For a change, I tell the others, for a change, it's all neutral.
Oh, that's better than the death you usually get.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, you have a tendency to have death omens. I don't know why.
No, but at least with death, you know what's coming.
I mean, you know what's
Well-
coming now.
Nothing.
All right, so
Neutrals, you don't know where you stand.
and the total crew's at 70.
everything ready to go?
I want. Actually, is my Drow dagger still got the darkness affecting it? Is it rotted away? I mean, I kept it inside of the bag.
After the month?
Yeah.
Yeah,
in
it
that
has.
bag
It has
pack.
started to deteriorate, but nowhere near as
Even-
fast as the.
So it's lost its magical edge.
Well, I mean, it still might be effective, but it's definitely looking pitted.
Even while it's in magical darkness. Damn.
Yeah. Well, there's probably got to do something to maintain it. That's an
Well, on the
interesting
bright
note.
side,
make.
it's not a weapon. You're just using it to throw darkness around.
Mhm.
Well, yeah. I wanted to cast 3 more continual darknesses and 3 more continual lights on the 6 other daggers I got.
All right,
Oh, I see what you're doing.
up to you.
Yes. Why not? I've got them in a pouch. Actually, is this... I'm going to experiment one with each for like a couple of days because I've had a month of downtime.
Yeah. What
And-
experiment are you doing?
I'm seeing if they're like counteracting each other. If I have a continual darkness and a continual light both in the same pouch. I mean, they occupy.
Oh,
a
yeah,
different
yeah, they
slot.
cancel each other out.
Oh, so I can only have. All right, fine. I'll just have 3 continual darknesses.
You can put 3 continual lights in another pouch.
Or could I not do that, or put it in a different pouch? slot?
If they're in a different pouch, but it might get dicey, and I might start rolling to see if when you're digging around for other things, whether they will cancel each other out randomly.
Just stick with the darknesses for now.
All right, yeah, I know. I'll just do 3 darknesses.
Okay. All right. Were you going to be stopping by your asteroid on the way?
Yeah,
I
probably.
assume so, because Higgimus probably wants to restock on his smoke powder.
So far, that's been taken over. There's goblins everywhere. Higgimus goes on an adventure.
Well, I mean, I don't know whether he needed to restock. If he didn't need to restock, then
You probably should.
that's
In
up
that
to him.
month of downtime, did we come across a druid that would be able to help us out with the asteroid?
Well, I mean, again, I would say, I mean, if you want a druid, I will make a druid available, but they're going to be expensive because you're talking to high-level magics and 50 gold pieces per level. You know, you're talking over 500 gold pieces per month.
Is that something you guys want?
Yeah, we're not buying a new ship at the moment, so.
Is there anything else?
Why does it need to be a druid anyway?
Because they
I
have the
was
magics.
Specialize in nature magic.
Oh, it's
Well, but
major access to plant.
I mean, it's
there-
the druid is to a certain extent a shorthand. I mean, I could always say it's just a specialty priest of a nature deity. The issue is the spells that would need to be cast and the level that they are cast at. That's the dictating feature.
Yeah,
So
I would
mean,
go with
it doesn't
druid.
matter. It doesn't matter if it's a druid or a specialty priest. The price is going to be the same if they're the same level.
Yeah.
The thing is we're trying to get the asteroid so that it can support like trees and bushes and stuff to
Self-sustaining.
so we can make it more livable. Yeah, self-sustaining.
Are there any alternatives like borrowing some farmers from one of the farming asteroids?
No. He specifically said we had to get like a druid or a specialty priest.
You have
to
a
make it
rock.
work.
I mean, it's a rock.
It's just a rock. We don't have any soil or anything to
Right.
work with. We need.
I'm just asking. I'm not assuming.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, I've mentioned multiple times it's a rock.
Mhm.
You need to get the either soil. I mean, yeah, no, you could do regular farmers and ask them to import soil, but the thing about a druid is that they would be able to turn the rock into soil with their magics.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've just thought of something.
Mhm.
Is there a way to transfer those vials of flaming blood, the metal container ones, into glass container ones?
No,
Could
we've
I
actually
go
just-
to an
very,
alchemist?
very carefully?
I know. Is there not like specialist equipment on Brawl that could do it? Have a higher chance of success?
No.
You're just literally giving me a dice roll.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Well,
mean,
you're not-
if you yourself can think of a way to do it where it would not cause an issue, then I will definitely consider it. But this is not something where you can just go to someone and get some equipment. You
Oh, I
will
was
need to
thinking
think
like
of a way
a-
to transfer this and not set
You
it
just
off.
got like a glass tube, and you have like a whole.
But the second you pop the
It's-
lid, it starts burning. And
Alright,
that's the whole
I'll
point
have to-
that's the whole point of the dexterity check or something like that. It's to see if you're fast enough to minimize the loss to fire. And then get it
I
stopped.
know a way about it, but I don't think I could explain it very quickly.
Yeah,
You're not doing it.
yeah,
Whatever
deal
you're
with it
doing, you're not
afterwards.
doing this on the ship.
We
Okay,
can,
so
we can
my
discuss
question
it
to the
after
group.
the game or during the
My
break.
question to the group is: after I pay the salaries for everybody, for the month, we'll have around about 28,000 gold
Yeah.
in the bank, and I imagine this adventure is going to take a few months, so that'll probably bring us back down to around 20,000 after we're done. Is this something that we want to try to hire the high-level druid for?
I think we should
Yes
hire
or
the
no?
high-level
How
druid
about-
when we're gone, so we can come back and see the asteroid all nice.
Yeah, I'm
Here's
for it.
Here's what I was gonna suggest. Why not? Since we got a bunch of cargo space that we're not using anyways, and we're not in a rush to get it done, we just buy a bunch of dirt and bring it with us when we go to visit the asteroid.
So the problem
But
with
it
that
wouldn't
is
work
that
that way.
the problem with that is that the cargo space on your ship doesn't hold enough to make a significant dent. It would take, if you were to hire farmers to import it, we're talking multiple trips, like in the dozens at least, with high cargo capacity ships full of soil.
I figured it would be a lot more cost effective just to hire a druid.
It may not be. It's kind of up in the air. The part of the problem right now is that I don't have the information that I can't give you the price right now. So if you say, yeah, we want to do it, then I will retroactively come up with it after the game, and you'll just say that it happened during this downtime.
I think that carrying stuff in the hold would be good for enough earth for a nursery, so that we could take small plants and have them grow, so that when we do hire a druid, we have plants already there to plant in the soil. But buying them from Brow would be very expensive. It might be better to go directly to one of the farming asteroids, where we can cut out the middleman, or to go to a planet.
Yeah, a planet would be your best choice by about 1 billion miles.
Yeah.
Even a farming asteroid would be too expensive. They're not going to really want to give up their dirt.
Yeah. Oh. Well, I mean plants. We need plants.
Even plants, they're not really going to want to.
Yeah.
Well, next time we land on next time we land on the plant that has good plants for wherever it is, we can just take them.
Maybe we could visit Spiral sometime. That's somewhere else in Brow space.
Yeah.
It's a world.
But all right. Do you want to set aside? Do you want to hire a druid? Let's put it this way.
That's the question, people.
Yeah.
Well,
I need to know.
One thing I'd say before Braxon would vote on this is, do we have to provide any supplies to the dwarves that are building things for us?
No, they take care of that themselves.
Okay.
I'm just gonna suggest that we hold off on it since we need to.
I think
bankroll
is it?
Let him finish talking. Yeldan, go on.
We don't know how long the trip's gonna take, and we don't know if we're actually gonna make anything on this. It's a risk, so we might want to keep we might want to save our money for now to keep a cushion in case we do make literally nothing on this trip.
I can't imagine we're gonna make something.
All right, so do you guys want to just vote on it now?
Okay,
is there any sort of interim solution? We can set some of the money aside for something that does some sort of use.
We have a general fund for the things we want to spend for the company.
Yeah.
I'm not going to keep track of multiple accounts.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're saying. That's not what I was suggesting.
You're talking about setting aside a fund for
no, I'm not.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not suggesting that at all. I'm saying, is there something in between hiring a druid to do lots of work and doing nothing? So is there some way we can hire a druid to do the beginning works so that we have some stuff set up and so that we still have some money when we come back?
I mean, are you asking me?
I'm asking the group. Well, I'm probably asking you because you know.
I mean, that's up to you guys. If you guys can think of something.
I can't.
All right, we're spending way too much time on this. Do you want to hire the druid to get this done or not? Come on, okay. I'm going to vote yes just to get it done because there's a bunch of people that want to turn this thing into a fort.
All right, let's just go through the order. So, Higgimus votes yes. Braxon.
Braxon said, "Is there any way we can?"
Yes or no, please.
Yes or no?
Braxon abstains.
Yeldan.
No.
Ockar.
Yes.
Okay. Leva.
Nope.
Lafdul.
Oh, it hinges on me, doesn't it?
It does.
It does.
I'm in favor of yes being an elf.
Okay. So the yeses take it. 3-2
Okay.
with one abstention. So I will come up with a druid after the game and let you know who it is. But for the purposes of gameplay, you guys have found a druid and hired them, and they have gotten to work. They are telling you that it will probably take a while.
Yeah, I figured as much.
So,
Yeah.
but they've gotten started at least. Okay. So, with that, you guys pile on board your newly repaired ship and set sail, making a stop by your asteroid on the way.
Question
Yes.
regarding this going to the trip. Would I know if it's a good idea to drop off the Elven research books? Because I'm just holding them in my pouch.
The what?
The Elven research books that I'm just holding onto. They're in my pouch.
Refresh my memory on what these are.
When we did that quest for Higgimus, we looted that ship, the Elven Crown Base, and I had some
Oh no,
Elven...
these should go into your library.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, these go
Alright.
into your library.
Yeah, but it's like only a handful of books.
That's fine. The library, especially the low-level library that you have, doesn't actually have like hundreds of books.
Yeah.
We've only got like one bookcase full at least.
All right, I got
Yeah.
one too.
So I mean, every book of this sort that you find should go into your library.
All right, I have 16 books.
Yeah, we'll deal with it later.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a deal.
I'm not
think
16.
I think I
eight,
made
eight
some,
books.
I think I made some notes on how much that would reduce the.
Yeah, I
next
just didn't
level,
know
but-
if I was supposed to leave it there. Or
No,
if
no,
I
no,
leave
no.
it
I mean,
somewhere else.
you're taking your library with you, so.
All right, so I just say I've got some Elven research books in the library now.
Okay.
Right.
The first day out, as you're traveling through the asteroid belt, heading towards your asteroid, you do spot a galleon. It's flying the flag of Brawl, and they signal you as you drop out of spelljamming speed into tactical speed. Just the general kind of greetings that you give. They're asking, any news. Been out of
Not
port for a
really.
while. Any news on Brawl?
Nothing
just tell them.
special that we've heard, right? Nothing special.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing special.
Okay.
No, just give them a brief version of the news. What's happening with the prince or something.
Well, it's kind of.
I guess that's what it meant.
Yeah, I mean, they're
The trade vessel, not really.
It's also
Oh,
like
right.
you're using lights to transmit the
Yeah, it's
information.
like
so
Just
if there's
say
any-
Nothing major.
new.
Then.
yeah,
Nothing major.
if there was a situation where it was like war has broken out, then
Yeah, they don't want to be there.
they would the protocol would generally be you signal major news, war has broken out, and then they would advance to you to share air envelopes so that people could actually talk.
Yeah.
And
Alright.
get the details. But if you report that there's no news, then they thank you and they pass on. They're actually coming from gray space, and when they find out that you're not going there, they don't have anything to share with you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And off we go.
All right. So you stop by your asteroid, check on the progress of the dwarves. They're coming along pretty well, and you restock on anything that you need to restock on that you're storing there.
Excellent.
And then we just taking his own way.
Braxton's going to take a look around, see how things are going on.
We're gonna transfer over the medium catapults, medium catapults. And was there anything else we're
The dwarves ask if you'd like them set up at the entrance.
Yeah, that'd
that'd
probably
be
be the
good.
best place.
Mm-hmm.
Was the medium catapults and the large ballista, right?
Yeah, the heavy ballista.
Okay. They will they'll set them up kind of temporary spots since you haven't actually asked them to change the way that the entrance is configured, but this at least will give some additional protection. They do have a hammer ship there that they're actually based out of, which has some weapons of its own, of course.
Right.
Cool.
This is to help support them.
And us.
All right,
Yep.
and you've gotten whatever smoke powder you want to get?
Yeah, we're still sitting on plenty of smoke powder,
Okay, so you're not actually...
even after giving the extra rations to the.
Okay. All right. Then you set off towards the Brawl Shell. Just so you know, during this part of the trip, we will have spent 2 in-game years. So everyone ages another year. Genuine year.
Okay.
Another year, hey? Another $1.
You get to the Brawl Crystal Shell and pass into the Phlogiston. You find the Flow River to take you to Winter Space. Let's go ahead and bring you over to the Phlogiston map.
Oh, Old.
Yes?
While we're in the first couple of days, didn't we have a ring that allows us to spell jam better? Because I will take a day on the helm or two to
Okay.
figure out that ring.
So
we'll
while
go
you're
with
in the asteroid belt, so you're down at tactical speed. You try it out, and it doesn't seem to make any difference.
Oh. A misidentification?
You don't know.
How long do you spend on it?
12 hours.
Okay, it might be one
I
of those
just
things
did a
you have to
shift.
wear it for like a day or two.
Yeah.
I suggest that Braxon sits on the helm and tries the ring.
Braxton doesn't have any.
Braxton's up for that.
Okay. Braxon, you don the ring, sit on the helm, and the ship does not move.
Braxton strains. Urgh!
It is a fairly comfy chair. But it
Lafdul's
still
like, you've
doesn't
got
move.
constipation or something. You need to tell me about.
I'm just trying to
I
figure
got
out
herbs
this
for that.
spell jamming.
The ship
Yeah.
does not move with you on the helm.
Yeah, we don't usually grunt, you know. Lafdul's trying
Okay.
to goad him on to starting doing funny things. Making a
So
fool out of it.
Braxton closes his eyes and flaps his arms.
Braxton looks very, very silly.
Lafdul's amused by this. He approves.
I don't think that's gonna work, Brax.
No,
Well,
it
it's
totally
worth a
works.
try.
Don't spoil the fun. Let him.
Braxton makes swimming motions.
Mm-hmm.
Lafdul starts
Braxton looks
making bets
even
for the crew.
sillier. Is Braxton also doing the fish face?
He'd do the fish face if he thought it might work.
Does he think it might work?
Does Lafdul try to convince him?
Yeah, he'll be trying to goad him on to do anything. Yeah, you need to do this. You need to do that. Yeah, no, not my. Oh, well, you can try this.
Okay.
Braxton says, "I think you've got a ring that doesn't work."
It's magical. At
Our
least.
level 5 helms woman should try it. To
Alright.
see whether she notices a difference.
She takes a turn on the helm, and she says that, you don't notice any difference either.
Might be tactical speed.
Well, that's what you're doing. You're at tactical speed.
Oh.
Nothing modifies spell jamming speed, as far as you guys know.
Oh, yeah. As far as you guys know.
I mean, it's one of those things that, as far as almost everyone knows, spell jamming speed is a fixed speed, and
Yeah.
Does this ring allow us to extend the period of time we're on the spelljamming helm?
do you want someone to wear it for
See-
their full?
Yeah. See,
Okay,
yeah, we'll
okay.
just try it.
You could try
yeah.
wearing it
See
for
if-
24 hours.
see if
and
it can
you
push him.
die.
It does not seem to help in that regard.
Oh. I think it might have to acclimatize with the owner for a while. If that's not it, then...
Do you want one of the helmsmen to wear it for a few days, constantly trying it?
For a week.
Yes, please.
Okay. There is a week of time before you get to the Brawl Crystal Shell. And in that time, every day they which helmsman do you have wearing it? Nor?
Probably
no, because we trust him.
All right. So during his shift, he drops the ship down to tactical speed for 5-10 minutes kind of thing, trying to see if it makes a difference, and he reports that he doesn't notice any difference in speed with it on or off.
Interesting.
Lafdul offers a pearl to... No. You think you can identify it? He's only got 40% chance. I'll see if he'll try.
Maybe it does something else.
No, it might have been misidentified. Yeah, man, there's a chance.
No. Maybe it does something else related to spelljamming. Maybe it stops you getting spelljamming shock.
Yeah,
or maybe it makes the ship more maneuverable.
Well, he doesn't report any... No, I mean, in the 5-10 minutes that he's at tactical speed, he's trying to turn the ship and everything like that, and he doesn't notice any difference. Now, the ship is turning better with the sails.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, did you put the sails on the shuttle or the regular dolphin?
The dolphin.
The dolphin?
Dolphin.
Yeah. All right, so, Lafdul, you do want him to try and identify it, correct?
Yeah, I'll spend a pearl on.
Okay. You hand him a pearl. He takes the time to purify the item and then casts Identify on it. And he says, the spell is indicating that it increases spelljamming speed, or the speed of a spelljamming vessel.
So it's not contradicting what Lever did.
Hold on. Is he wearing this ring constantly throughout the time that we were...
Yeah. Up until... After the week, I would say that's when Lafdul would say, let's try re-identifying it since it doesn't seem to be doing anything.
Maybe this...
Is there a way of seeing how fast the spelljamming speed is?
Spelljamming speed is fixed, so far as you know.
We've got no way of measuring our spelljamming speed.
Well, you do, but you get to the crystal shell basically exactly when you expected.
Oh.
So
maybe
if it increases the speed, if it increases spelljamming speed as opposed to tactical speed, it's not significant enough to set you off on your timetable, on your expected timetable.
Maybe there's a magic word and it only works like once a day or twice a day or something.
Did Noel not get anything or Lever not get any information regarding that?
Mm-mm.
Maybe when we get back to
spell
does it have charges, rather?
It does not. The spell would have returned that information if it did.
Yeldan will suggest maybe we do like a very one of those fully identify the item spells later when we get back.
Yeah, I guess. Well, we can experiment over the month, too, however long it takes. I'm changing my spells up before I go to my crystal sphere.
Okay.
Floodstone.
Anything else that, or any other ways that you guys want to try and test it out? You'll be going into the phlogiston soon.
Maybe the phlogiston will have a different effect.
Yeah, it might affect in different environments or something.
Oh, once we enter the phlogiston and he's...
Can we turn faster?
No.
We can turn faster thanks to the sails that we got.
Yeah.
Can we reverse faster?
So Nor tried all the normal stuff, and he didn't. He indicated that it didn't seem to make any difference in what he expected.
Braxon asked Nor if he can see things with the ring on.
Like when he's not on the helm?
No. Like, can he see asteroids from further away? Can he see ships that are distant?
So you ask him about that, and he says, not that I noticed. It didn't seem to make any difference in that regard.
Right. I'm just wondering if it would allow you to see things or hear things or something. It'll give you some other sort of sense.
More sensitive in general.
Mm.
Yeah.
Is it the device says it is specifically speed, so
It's twice, unless we've had 2 failings, which is really unlikely, but not impossible. I'm going to cast idea on this ring. At some point, I don't know, maybe something that I... Can I not? Might be something I forgot or overlooked.
You can't really target an item with idea.
yeah.
Alright.
So you don't really get anything. I mean, do you just want him to keep wearing it through the phlogiston?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see why not at this point.
Okay. Anything you know that you're in for a fairly long trip in the phlogiston. Anything that anyone wants to do while in there?
Only I want Ockar to silence my armor.
Yeah, so
Other
he's
than
working on that.
anything else, nothing special.
I still need to keep training with my
training of
short sword.
things.
I'll train with Yeldan.
Okay. Nothing else that anyone has any plans for?
Braxon's going to do a few routine inspections of the ship.
Okay.
To make sure there's nothing chewing it.
Okay.
Hey, Leva.
Hmm?
Do you have any magical items that could be researched? Anything left that wasn't devoured or turned inert?
That could be researched.
Yeah, ones that we need the command words for.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any ones left. Do you actually have any working ones? Because you lost most of them, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I didn't lose them. They're still here if you want to have the wooden sticks.
Yeah, I like the magical oomph that comes with them. It's
Can
not
we-
quite the same.
So,
Well, let's see. I have just a second.
can we do any
I
fishing
have-
while we're... Sorry.
Yeah.
Fishing?
Yeah, you two finish.
I have 2 wands left. One is magic missiles, and one is the wand of paralyzation.
Oh, they weren't affected.
They
You
weren't
weren't
in the
keeping-
bag. They
Oh.
weren't in the bag.
Your 2 most valuable ones so far, because you've used them the most nights.
True, true. That's why they
Yeah.
weren't in the bag. But as far as I know, we do know the command word for both of them.
Don't you?
We-
What about the new one that we recently picked up? The one that does lights.
No, we had that for a while. We just rediscovered it. Right?
We got that, I think, around about the time we did the Beholders, or not the Beholders.
Yeah, and we almost
Thing
forgot
after
about
Beholders.
it. We should test that wand out, see what it's capable of.
I think I do
we
research
know what
on
it's
it,
capable of. We just need a command word.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that something you, Leva, and Lafdul can
I
do
cannot.
research on?
Which particular one are you talking about?
The thin wooden shaft, the one that produces lights and more powerful light. It's in the miscellaneous
the-
loot, towards the bottom right above the board game.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. That will, in terms of supplies, that will cost you 400 gold to do the research.
I'll be working on Lafdul's armor to silence it.
Okay, you're going to do the research.
Leva's got nothing
Leva,
else.
you are going to do the research?
No, Leva's not going to do the research. She's the gold is leaving too fast. She's not going to do the research.
Okay.
I'll pay for it if you can do it.
Yes or no?
Okay.
All right. So you spend the first 2 weeks of the trip through the Phlogiston, and you do discover that the command word is Lucaros.
For one of the effects.
If for all of the effects, you have to
Oh.
think of the effect that you want to produce. But you don't, since you don't know exactly what all of the effects are right now, other than what you identified, those are things that you will have to experiment with.
Lucaros.
So you do know the command word for that now.
Reminds me of fructose. Okay.
Almost makes me think of Lumos.
All right.
Alright.
So that's that down. Who is going to take the wand?
What's
Is it a
it?
priest wand or a wizard wand?
Your research did not reveal whether it was particular to any class at all.
Can you actually research that?
I
Should we-
mean, you could, I suppose, but
I think maybe giving it to one of the humans might work since we need light to see.
I don't mind experimenting, see if one of the non-spellcasters can use it. Because it's a light wand. I don't imagine.
I can do some
Doesn't
testing
matter.
with it. I can do some testing with it when I'm not working on Lafdul's armor.
It's
I'll test it.
it is lowly charged.
all right. So
Is
you're
it
gonna
lowly?
take it and then so that you can experiment. Now, keep in mind that if you're taking it, it's yours.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
If he can
Can we
use
get a
it,
caveat to that?
Oh,
real
if he
quick?
can't use it, if he can't use it, yeah, no. If he can't use it, that's fine.
yeah, if
Alright,
he can
thank
use
you.
it, I don't mind him having it.
Yeah, if he can't use it, he can give it to someone else. That's fine. But if he can use it, it's his.
Okay, so I'll hold the wand out, I'll wave it, and I'll say Lucaros.
All right. Based on what you know that based on what the identify spell revealed, what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to make
Small light.
I'm trying to make a small ball of light appear at the tip of the wand.
Okay. You do so, and the tip of the wand does light up. It is
Oh.
not extremely bright. It's about the brightness of a torch. Leva and
Love to see
Lafdul,
that.
you recognize that it's the intensity of a regular light spell.
Mm-hmm. So we tell you that.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I
I'm
can
fine
use
with-
this.
Yeah, I'm fine with him having it.
Fun.
Either one of the
What's your
non-spellcast
magic
bodies.
item, that Ockar?
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah, that's the point.
I've recorded it in my
What's,
in my list.
how many items does that take you up to?
You can have
does
4
one-
miscellaneous.
Yeah, I can have 4 miscellaneous. I have a ring and I have this in the
And-
And
miscellaneous.
you have the
And you have the
amulet
saddle.
too.
Oh, and the saddle and the amulet.
So that
So
is
that's
4.
So I have 4 miscellaneous items.
So you can't take any more.
We
Mhm.
can. He's going to start donating.
Okay. The rest of the trip passes uneventfully if no one has anything else that they want to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fishing.
Yeah.
And
How long did
Braxon,
it take me to get
you do
Lafdul's armor ready?
the whole time, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. Can we do any fishing?
You can try, but I don't believe you have the fishing proficiency.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
No.
that's
So
a
you
thing.
catch
isn't
a
it?
I got
little
lucky.
bit, not enough to make any significant difference in the food stores, but you do catch a little bit.
It's like downtime to mix up the monotony of, well,
Well, no,
when
I
we go
also
to the
thought,
Phlogiston.
That's
also
like
thought
when
we
you.
could get there.
That's like when the party decides to fish for a bit because we're bored.
So
No, I'm
down
just
time.
thinking to have some fresh stuff to eat.
yeah, I mean it's basically
nice
you
addition.
you only catch enough to have a little bit of fish yourself or for like someone else every few days, and it's not enough to impact your food supplies. So the total trip in Brawl was 9 days, and the total trip in in the Phlogiston is 34 days when you arrive at the
34.
crystal shell for winter space.
Can I
9
cast?
days and 34.
I want to cast Slow Rot. Can I cast Slow Rot? Sorry.
I'm going to present the new armor to Lafdul once it's done.
Yeah.
Silence.
I can cast that on, because I can extend the duration. I'll cast that on the Berry Bush till it'll last 6 more weeks. So basically, I'll have 2 overlapping.
Not sure if you can cast it on the berry bush itself. I think you'd have to pick the berries.
Alright, yeah, no, I'll do that then. I'll just do that.
And
Oh, yeah,
does
actually,
it
that
actually
would counteract-
does it actually say that it keeps them fresh, or does it just prevent them from rotting?
Right, wholesome and right.
Okay.
Would I know if that would not be applicable for Goodberry? Because it does say freshly picked.
Yeah, so I would say that it would probably not make it applicable to Goodberry.
Yeah. Alright, I just cast a load of Goodberries. What was it, like 10d4, wasn't it? I can't remember what we rolled.
10d6, I believe.
2d4 fresh berries.
Per burst, isn't it?
Yeah, but how long do they last again?
Oh, I'm just using up to supplement the
Okay,
food supply.
alright.
I honestly I cannot remember what I rolled though.
I wouldn't worry about it right now then. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm using up all my spell slots. Yeah, 10d4.
All right.
That was it. 10d4. This is supplement the food supply. Basically.
Okay. So that's
Well,
24 man days.
24.
24
yeah,
man
extra
days of food.
I know it's not. It's just fluff. I want to do it for fluff.
All right. Anything else that you guys want to do before you head into winter space?
I'm also inspecting my berry bush to see if Higgimus has eaten them.
Braxton's gonna want to have a look at the ship while we're going through wild space at the Phlogiston to see if he might be able to figure out any way to camouflage the ship.
Camouflage.
Camouflage as what?
Either to make it look less easy to see, maybe break it up into shapes,
Yeah, but that's like flying dark.
paint it black and put stars on it, or maybe make it phlogiston coloured or something.
We don't have the
to do
material.
now. Yeah, not to do now. Maybe he's just trying to figure this out.
I mean,
Oh.
yeah, if you paint it black, it'll be harder to see in wild space, but it will stick out like a sore thumb in the phlogiston. And if you paint it rainbow colors, it probably would not camouflage very well in the phlogiston because it would be fixed in place and not swirling.
Yeah.
And
It's
it would
still
stand
hard
out
to
like a
see.
sore thumb in wild space.
Maybe Braxton needs some magic paint.
One of the reasons why most ships are not particularly painted in any way to camouflage them, because if you pick one or the other, it'll stand out like a sore thumb in the other place. But yeah, I mean that's all. Like painting it black is a standard thing for pirates who never go into the phlogiston.
Yeah. Oh, he might not do that then. He'll have a think and see if he can paint fish scales on the ship or something, just to make it look a bit pretty.
I mean, it's already painted. It's not just plain wood.
Yeah, but is it pretty?
Well, I don't know. It depends on depends on who you ask.
Yep.
To you, it might be very, very pretty.
I mean, that's kind of the thing. Is like, to each their own. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Just
So,
not,
we're doing a lot of downtime fluff. A bit too much, if you ask me.
just
Maybe-
not in the eyes of the actual beholder, because then it'll vaporize you.
Maybe Braxon will ask large Luigi when we get back to Brow.
You're trying to invoke hostility for beholders to see us. That's
It's a saying though. I don't think he'll take hostility to that because a lot of people
Not
use
him.
that one.
I mean, beholders in general.
All right, so
Anyhow.
Leva casts detect portal, finds a way into winter space, and you enter the crystal sphere. You can see the planets laid out in front of you, and using your astrolabe, you can see the paths of the planets. The largest planets in the sphere are Armistice itself, Radel itself, and another planet called Whist, which tends to be the more significant trade destination just because they're more open. There are a number of ports on that planet, and it's a bit more of a standard planet as things go. However, Armistice is directly in your line of travel to Radal. If you try and deviate significantly to stay very far away, it will increase your travel time.
The password I got from Els, did they say that would give me leave to go through there as long as we don't stop at the place, or that's if we just get stopped along the way?
It's
I think-
more that it will make it so that they won't. I mean, number one, they won't just fire on you, but they will be more friendly in their
Receptive.
inspections.
Okay. I still say we go around.
Yeah, I think we
I
should
know
go around.
increase the time, but let's not try to irritate. We might need a favor later on.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I
don't-
just realised. No customs. I'm casting on myself. I just need to be near someone.
Yeah.
All right. That's a lot easier to do than casting it directly on someone.
I don't think it's a good idea to go anywhere near Armistice.
Yeah, I
So
said we're
just
going to go
okay.
around.
Yeah, we don't want
Around
to go
we
anywhere
go.
near it.
We're going around, Alt.
How many extra days do you want to spend doing that? It looks like it will take if you go straight by, straight to Radal. The trip is 16 days. So how many extra days?
Well,
do
we
you
don't want to go straight by
Right.
that planet. So
Double the days.
what would there's not like a customary amount for like a quarantine planet to stay away from it, is there?
No.
I want to
I
stay at
think,
least a couple days away from that planet at all times.
So you want to
No
add
way.
2 days to your trip?
Well, like a couple days, like along the path, I want to be at least 2 days travel away from the quarantine planet.
Right, which is why I'm just asking, how many extra days do you want to add to the trip?
A few.
How-
I don't know how long that's going to take.
4?
I just said double, so
We don't want to spend.
We
that
wanna go
much-
way
Someone
around
is suggesting 4, someone is suggesting double.
all right, go in
I'm
between the
suggest-
two amounts.
I'm suggesting like 6 or 7.
I'd say 8.
You guys are
Let's do
just
6 days away.
Okay.
All right, 6.
I guess in my head, just making sure that I'm 2 days away from the quarantine planet, I guess was making sense to me, but I guess not. I don't know how long that's extra is going to take.
Right.
to add
The,
on
the
to the
problem is that I would have to like sit down and do some actual work to try and figure out what that would be. Whereas it's a lot easier to just say, we want to extend our trip by X amount of days to try and keep as wide a berth as possible.
I say
Okay.
6, so let's go with 6.
All right, that's fine. 6 is fine.
Okay. All right. So it'll be 22 days.
Harold,
Right.
Yes.
Can I do a spellcraft check on no customs to know if I can cast it while invisible?
I mean, it's not a hostile spell.
It's not.
Yeah,
It's not a hostile spell, but the intent. Yeah. I wasn't sure if it's one of those grey line spells.
I mean, if you want to roll a spellcraft check, go ahead and roll a spellcraft check.
I just didn't know.
How many days was that again?
It'll be 22 days.
We need to.
Are you gonna roll a spellcraft check, Lafdul?
I didn't know if I had to or didn't.
I mean, spellcraft will always tell you information. You can roll the spellcraft.
Yeah, I'll try and improve my odds. I had 11 to beat.
Okay. So you are pretty sure that it would not break the invisibility, but you also know, of course, that someone could hear you, which might also make them extremely suspicious.
I think we need
But no,
to
you don't believe it'll break an invisibility spell.
Is there any flair of my spell casting? Is there animation, or because I'm invisible, or the intent is to be invisible when I cast? This is my going theory.
Magic doesn't tend to have the sparkle effects when you cast it if the spell description doesn't indicate that there are sparkle effects or something like that.
Yeah, I know. No, it's just I gain general knowledge. It's like an insight.
Right, but a spell. Look at what the material, what the components are, and the casting time.
Variable and
So hold on. So if a spell has verbal component, then you know that it's audible. If it has somatic components, that means that you have to move your arms around, and that's generally obvious. Material components don't necessarily have to be visible. Like a spell that just has material components, no verbal or somatic components, you just have to have the item on you. You don't even have to pick it up.
And there's no material. It's just
and then the casting
just have to worry about.
The longer the casting time, the more obvious it is.
No, it's only a free. It's fairly fast.
Yeah. So I do have things if you're going to try to hide it. I have a roll that I can make to see if people.
I basically I'm putting it to the party that I have a spell that'll work. That'll make me know the lay of the land. It'll tell me about the laws and customs, but I might need you to make a bit of a distraction, a bit of noise or something.
Yeah, well, we need to work out our strategy anyway. Because
if it's not a hostile spell, it should be.
It's not a hostile spell, but they're xenophobic. Spell casting. If you start casting spells in an unknown area when you're effectively guests, that's considered rude, very rude, especially to xenophobic people.
Also, if you're not a spellcaster, like Yeldan, when you see Lafdul or Leva casting a spell, you have no idea what spell is being cast, unless you have the spellcraft proficiency and you roll a check.
Yeah, so basically I'm saying for them to make a little bit of a distraction.
So in other words, you could see, hold on, you could see someone, casting a spell, and you don't know if they're about to cast a fireball, or if they're about to cast I have a nasty itch that I can't reach right now, and this spell is going to take care of
it. Here's a question. Yeah. How close do you have to the person? You could probably, if they're on deck, above, you cast it below deck or something, out of sight.
I need to be near someone.
What's the range?
Yeah, but how close is near?
It's a special. All right. 30 yards of a member of the tribal village.
But you still have to see them.
Yeah, a member. Yeah.
So
basically, someone's gotta be talking to them to distract them.
That's not that hard.
Yeah,
probably
basically
be talking who comes aboard.
Yeah, and we'll just have several other party members talking to each other or something, just to add more of a background sound. That's the going idea I want the party to go with. If no one's gonna mind, they'll give us a helping hand with knowing the laws of the land and that.
Yeah. I'm also wondering what we're going to tell them. Are we going to tell them the truth, or are we going to come up with a cover story?
We're visiting.
Yeah, but we're visiting. We're visiting, and we're going to go to two really dangerous areas. We're visiting a planet that doesn't like visitors.
This might be something that you guys want to figure out before you get there too.
Yeah. Yeah, and as soon as we have the Planetary Defense Force come and see us, they're going to say, "Why have you come here?" We've got to give him a story then.
All right, ideas?
Thing is, if we say we're treasure hunting, that's like pillaging. They might consider it pillaging. So we can't directly say that.
I don't think
Well-
the treasure's on the planet
Well,
anyway.
hold on. I mean, number one, you don't know how they'll react. So you're assuming that they'll react a certain way. So rather, I mean, they may not react that way. Just laying that out.
We could be honest with them, but we'll ask for like ground rules, basically.
Braxon turns to Lever and says, "That spell of yours that predicts things. If we thought of a plan, can your spell tell us whether the plan is good or bad? Or
No, that's my spell. That
No,
does
no.
My
Mine
spell does
can't
that.
do that.
Mine can.
But
Oh,
if
yours
we
does.
decide that we go ahead with it and we present the people with it, then my spell can maybe tell us how much danger is involved with this.
Okay. Well, here's one idea. How about we say we've been hired by spellcasters to obtain spell components that they say are only obtainable in the uninhabitable areas of Radol.
They might tax us. They might.
Yeah. It's better that they tax us than confiscate the stuff from
But
us.
then
when
we have to
get it.
prove that we have done what we have set out to do.
Well, we can easily bring back some frozen stuff and some rocks or something.
No, I like the idea. We're just going there for components of stuff.
Yeah, unless someone's got a better idea.
Shit.
What else would we take to go to their planet? Entire ship to go there? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I was kind of like, I don't think they'll buy that.
Well, what do you think they will buy? We don't want them to think that we're going to invade their planet or anything dodgy like that, or that we're spying on them.
Why don't we just say we inherited this scroll or something, and we're just basically seeing, well, this map, seeing what it leads to. We don't know what it leads to.
You don't want to tell them
treasure
about the map.
Yeah,
You
we
want to
tell them about
the map.
We tell them about the map, but we have to put it in such a way that it's not looting, plundering. We inherited it. We're just exploring our inheritance or something, I suppose. But then,
What if they seize the map? Can we copy the map and show them another map?
We don't have a copy already.
Yeah, well, why don't we copy the map and take off the details of the areas we're actually interested in? And then if they steal the map from us, they don't get any information.
Yeah, but if they're going to steal the map and say, "Why are you going there? You've no longer got a map," they'll just turn us around.
No. I'm saying if we say we have come here because we have a map, they might ask to see the map. If they choose to steal the map, let's give them a map that is not the map.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but
How do you then continue your goal?
yeah, but as far as they're concerned,
with this.
Right.
Yeah, no, that isn't going to fly because
so-
they're going to turn us away.
Yeah,
Because you no longer have a reason to be there. We've taken your map. Why are you still going there? Are you hiding another map? Because you wouldn't have any reason to carry on going where you're going. So that's blatantly lying.
Here's the best way to go about it. Tell most of the truth.
I think that's kind of Lafdul's idea, which I just want to point out does amuse me quite a bit that the thief is the one suggesting mostly honesty.
Be honest.
No. I'm suggesting the least risky one.
Right? No. I mean, I, from your point of view, yeah, but I just it is mostly honest, and it amuses me.
I say we go with Lafdul's idea.
Which is what again?
It's easy on the memory.
We were explaining. We've inherited this map, and we're just basically seeing what it leads to. Keep it simple, really simple. We don't know any more to the map than what it is. What is exactly? Is it literally like a treasure map, and it says "here's treasure" or something?
No, there's
Okay.
no words on it. The map itself has landmarks as best as you can guess.
All right, yeah, then we're just trying to figure out what these landmarks are. You know, we're exploring. We could say
Here's
we're
the thing.
explorers.
The thing is one of the things part that I'm most concerned about, I believe, is the green area, because that's paradise to them. From my information, is like they consider the paradise world, probably due to the green area. The cold and the hot
the
area,
ribbon.
they don't care as much about.
Well, it's inhospitable. They still want don't.
Exactly.
Is that
believe-
true?
Well,
I believe we got told.
assuming-
Okay. Well,
This is
here.
what I'm assuming based on what we know.
I mean,
They
considering
consider
that the
world of
seekers,
paradise.
considering that the seekers weren't able to tell you much information about either the sun side or the dark side, because in their words, no one goes there.
Oh, what about a research trip? Studying fauna and stuff like that.
I believe the
Fauna and flora.
seekers told us that criminals get sent out of the ribbon to the areas we're going to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we're proposing to do is highly unconventional.
Why don't
Well-
we say that this map supposedly shows us the location of some rare plant life?
Sounds good.
It's believable.
wasn't
But
the
the xenophobic people would never accept that.
but
Right.
question wasn't the locations on the map only in the inhospitable places?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I don't know if we need to say we inherited the map.
No, but if
found
we-
this map.
We can go with the inheritors. Say I don't know. Say who? All right, for argument's sake, we'll just say mine or Leber's like grandparent or something. You know, they were a spellcaster like we are, and he had it marked down as you could get rare spell components from there. We're just getting spell components.
Which is what Braxon suggested.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Yeah.
Let's not say plants because we might not find plants there.
I just
let's-
spell components is vague enough.
Yeah, if we say that, then we can bring back some rocks, and if they say they want to see stuff, we could, you know, as well as the actual thing we find, we could just bring some rocks. If they want to see some stuff, we can give them some rocks. If they want to take a percentage of the rocks, we give them a percentage of the rocks. Yes,
That sounds fine.
and then we're
I'm
covered.
agreeing.
If they say we want 50% of what you find, we give them 50% of something useless.
What? Yeah, but nothing's
Rocks are
useless
not
to you.
useless.
So
Nothing.
here's a question: what happens if they send a wizard to talk to you about these spell components and says,
All
what
right.
spells are they good for?
We'd have to make something that we can prove that is a spell component.
Yeah.
Can we just say it's inheritance that we wanted to look into, not spell components, so we don't have to deal with a wizard questioning us?
That's true.
I got.
Just go with the original plan Lafdul had.
I got, detect powers as the priest version. I need a handful of sand. I could say when we're going on to the extreme heat one, I need a special kind of sand.
Yeah, but what about the cold side?
I don't know for the cold side.
How about we've been hired by a company that's an expert in rocks?
I got a handful of temple dirt.
I have a spell, air sphere, that needs alkaline and bromine salts. I'm sure they can be found then there.
Yeah,
Oh.
but is that a common reagent?
Real fast.
Any-
Speaking of spell components, did you two do your the charge to replenish your spell components?
I did
Expense.
not.
Nope, forgot.
All right. Just deduct that during
alright,
the break then. All right, back to the original thing. Sorry, it just I meant to ask about it earlier and it slipped my mind. All right, so back to the discussion. Sorry to derail it. So real
I
fast,
think we
one thing that you guys need to take into account is that if you come up with a story, you say someone hired us. What happens if they ask for proof of that hire? What if they say, can we see your contract? You know, if you're saying we're here to look for spell components, what if they say what spell components for what spells, etc.?
Yeah. Okay, we're here to look for rocks.
All right. Now, what about for getting an item enchanted? Higgimus is getting a more made. We just
I
say
think.
we're getting it.
What about just exploring? We're here to explore this place.
Oh yeah, we've
for-
heard that like the cold and hot side are relatively unexplored. Now, is any of us good at making maps?
Yeah.
No one has
think
cartography,
Higgimus-
I don't believe.
We don't have
No.
cartography.
Well,
I think
how
exploring's
far,
fine.
How far away is the nearest planet? The other planet?
Whist is a few days away. It's actually a little bit further out in terms of distance from the central star sun, but right now it's on the other side of the system.
Follow us, so it's really far away right now.
Well, I mean, it's just a few extra days. Radal is one of the closest planets in, so it's actually only about 3 days further.
Okay, because the idea is what I was thinking. It's like we go there, right? We pick up a cartographer, somebody who can make a map, and we bring him back with us. So it was like, we're here to explore these two unexplored areas that we've heard like nobody ever goes here. So it's like, and we haven't heard about you guys having any laws against that, and to
Yeah,
map
but-
it out.
All this depends on what their laws are. I mean, we need to
Yeah,
hear what
that's-
the laws are.
I need to get
Yeah.
no customs off somehow.
Did anybody ever mention like what they do trade for here at this place?
Stuff that you would know of is that they export a lot of high quality foodstuffs. Like in terms of grain, no one has better grain than Radal, for example. They do export some metals and minerals. There's some artifact trade, not magical artifacts, but you know,
Do their
artworks
metals
and stuff
and
like
minerals?
that.
Do their metals and minerals come from the ribbon or from outside?
That you don't know. That's not something that, I mean, like this stuff is more the common knowledge that you would pick up, since it's not something that you asked about and it's not something that would commonly be discussed.
Okay.
You
How
don't have
about-
that information. But
How
they
about-
also that's fine. But they also export a lot of artwork. Like
Here's also another thing.
there's a lot of artists and you know, silversmiths, metalsmiths, jewelry. They create a lot of high quality artistry on the planet.
But then we could essentially tell them we need inspiration. We come for inspiration for, I don't know, jewelry cuts.
But then why
We've
would
got
you
no artists.
want to visit their artists as opposed to the inhospitable areas of the planet?
I've got an
inspiration.
idea.
Inspiration.
What about divine
all
inspiration?
artists cannot be forced into molds. Some of them work best when they are in very hostile environments, and they need to know and they need to see those environments to be able to work with them afterwards.
All right, who's the one that said something about we inherited a map and we're just checking it out?
That was Lafdul.
The spots.
That's me.
Here,
I love those.
I came up as another reason to visit the other planet, which isn't is a bit further away. Is they might know about the laws, but they might know, since they're so close, they might actually know about the laws.
I don't think there are any other inhabited planets around here other than
Yeah, there
this
are.
one in the
I
quarantine.
said Whist.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have another idea. If they sell stuff, we can say we've come here to buy some stuff, but we've also come here to do some research into the light side and dark side to see if there's stuff that could be exported from there, because we've heard it's an untapped market that we might be able to tap into.
Oh,
can I ask
And
you a
we want
question?
to we
That's-
want to we want to
Hang
travel
on.
out and take some samples to see if there's
They won't allow
anything
that.
out there we can pay. We
Can-
want to see if there's anything out there that can be mined and sold off-world.
Can I
That's
just?
what they're afraid of.
Yeah.
No, no,
can
no.
I-
They're not
Do we
afraid
have
of
to
people
overthink
buying.
this so much? Can't we just
It's
go
not-
with the inheritance idea? That's a perfectly reasonable plan.
Well, the spell research one isn't a bad idea because I've got like a flaming sword, and say we're expanding on this. I got a
But
flaming,
I
a
feel
flaming
like
freezing sword.
we're overthinking this to a monstrous degree again.
I don't think
Analysis
so.
paralysis.
I don't
Yeah.
think you're overthinking it. I do think that there is an element of analysis paralysis, but it's partly because of a lack of information.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying we go to
No.
We
I
got
quite
a
like.
list, and then we might actually find out more about the laws there.
That
Without,
might be a good idea, actually.
How far
Yeah.
away is Wisp then?
It's
Like
just a
3
few days
days.
further.
All right, we'll go
Yeah.
to Wisp person.
It's like that one doesn't have nearly as strict rules, and
Do you want to give Radol a wide berth right now in order to not meet up with the Planetary Defense Force just to be on the safe side?
Yeah.
that's probably
Yeah.
a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay. So that'll be an extra 6 days then.
That's fine.
No, an extra 5 days.
Okay.
They
Okay.
sell food on Wisp.
They do sell food on Whist. I mean,
yeah,
it's
okay.
a
I was
pretty
gonna
standard.
suggest
It's a pretty
restock
standard
there too,
world. It's size D.
because we're at 70 days of 683 something per day.
Yeah, so they do sell food. All right. So you guys are discussing this on the trip in. On the 5th day, at shift change from the quote unquote night shift to day shift. Let me see. I think I had a thing about the shift. All right, so this would be shift 2. So Braxon and Higgimus. Braxon, as you're handing off to Higgimus, one of the crew members reports that one member of the crew is missing. They were on watch on the top deck.
Da, da, da.
Okay, time to.
It's Braxton or Higgimus? Me? Both of
We're
us?
just
Well, this is
handing over.
they come to both of you since it's shift change.
Oh, let's do a search.
Braxton says it might be scavers. Let's pair everyone up.
All right, put out extra watches.
Yeldan
look.
will go like, okay, time start looking for them on the ship, since it's shift change and he's getting off shift because he's on the ship as Braxon. Yeldan
Alright,
will
so-
start searching the ship for him.
Yeah, so pair up and let's do a search. And extra people watching.
Okay.
Who was it that's missing? Just a person?
Just a regular crew member, yes.
Braxton wants all
It was
the
Jim.
regular. Braxton wants all the regular crew members to pair up.
Okay. It was specifically Ulfirth.
Oh.
Oh, he does stuff all the time.
I reckon he's slacking off again, that Ulfirth. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
but-
hiding or something.
Yep, so do a search and pair up. Sounds good.
Have any of our spellcasters got a spell that could find him?
If I know... I did not memorize that spell.
Nope.
I'd have to memorize them ahead of time.
Braxton asked to be taken to where he was working on his shift.
Okay. You go up to the top deck while everyone else is searching through the decks looking for him. Give me an intelligence check, please.
Intelligence.
Yeah, 14, you got a pretty good chance.
Yeah. Oh. Dun dun dun.
Half your score. so-
Okay.
Where
You
is-
look around the deck where he was last known to have been on watch, and you do notice some damage to the railing.
Right.
and it does look like something hit it.
Yeah.
There's some
Got knocked
some
overboard.
pieces of the wood are not split, but like cracked. You don't remember that damage being there before, and it looks like an impact of some sort.
Does it look like animal?
Was he not to? Is it
hard to say.
internal or external?
This is
damage?
up on deck.
It's top deck.
Yeah, no. What I mean is, is the damage to the railing coming from the ship side or exterior from the ship going inwards?
It's actually top, so it's the top of the railing. Like something hit the top.
So it came
Oh, so yes,
down.
it's either down or yeah. So it probably landed and picked him off or something.
Does it look like it could be a weapon or a creature?
You don't see any weapon fragments, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's not a weapon.
Could Yeldan track? Was there not enough to track here?
No, this isn't a track.
It's like,
So
It's
is
like-
this up on the? Is this up on the shuttle?
Yes. I'll actually bring you guys over to the.
You don't think our one of our new companions is a vampire, do you? I just thought that'd be funny to mention. You know, a bit of paranoia. Never hurt anyone.
I don't think a vampire can survive in this environment.
Plenty of
Don't they have
crewmen
some
around.
sort of aversion against daylight? And they're like, oh, the sun is like always around, or the daylight's like always around, pointing at the ever-present sun that you can't really avoid.
Yeah,
Braxon calls down to the others and says he's found something. It looks like something might have knocked him overboard. Then he makes sure the railing's strong enough and leans over the edge to see if he's fallen down anywhere.
Okay, you'd have a couple crew members with you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so they kind of like grab onto your belt, kind of thing, to make sure that you don't fall over. Not that there's too much danger of injury from falling over, but why?
Yeah.
Why have the extra?
Yeah.
I could just fly over if you've woken me up.
Braxton's gonna
You'd have been awake.
Braxton's gonna secure his rope to something.
Braxon,
And-
I just make you fly.
Well, just
Yeah,
talk about
I've
overthinking.
got this.
This is he's just leaning over the edge. A couple crew members are grabbing onto his belt just so that he doesn't slip and fall. It's
Yeah.
fine. There is you do see some blood on the outside.
Yeah, Braxton's definitely going to secure his rope and lower himself down.
Okay.
And he's going to tie the other end of his rope around his waist, so if he slips, the rope will catch him.
Magic rope for the win.
You, other than the small splatter of blood right below the railing on the outside, you don't see anything else.
Right, so Braxton calls up to the crewman that there's some blood down here.
I mean, it's like right below the thing, so you don't really need to.
Yeah,
You saw it all when you just leaned over the edge.
yeah. And you
Am
can't
I
see
up-
anything further down. Is there anything
Am I
below
up?
us?
Well, I mean, you're up at the. You don't see another ship down there or anything like that.
No,
you're
no,
still
no.
above
I mean,
the gravity plane.
Is there another part of the ship underneath where Braxton's hanging?
Yeah, you can see down to Higgimus's deck with all the
So
planets.
if he'd have fallen and gone where the blood was, he might have landed.
Oh
on,
no! There's nothing below
on a
you.
deck.
Yeah, it's just the gravity plane down below.
Right, Braxton gets up and calls for the crew to search the ship's gravity plane to see if he's still in the gravity plane.
Braxton.
Yeah.
When you saw blood on the side, how much blood are we talking about?
Have you come up?
Yeah.
Braxton did call down. He
Yeah,
points at
I
the blood. Braxton points.
How
left
much?
to the
How
blood.
much blood? How much blood am I seeing there?
It's not a huge amount, but it's definitely not a
Like
cut.
injured body part,
It's not.
trauma, or
It's the kind of thing that you would expect to see from an
not like dismemberment, like bleeding out all over the place.
well, like it's not like someone scraped their arm as they fell. That would be you would
Impacts,
expect significantly
bludgeoned.
less blood for that. This is more like maybe they had a big gash in their arm as they went down and brushed against it, perhaps, or something like that. Is some sort of large, but at least at the time, non-life-threatening injury would cause that amount of blood. But it's not like
they
a
might
huge
just fell
splat.
overboard.
Braxon calls down to Higgimus and Yeldan and says, he might have fallen into the gravity plane. Can you use your spy glasses and have a look around, see if he's still here?
I have a natural ability to fly.
Yeah?
I can just fly down, because I get this every day, and it doesn't cost me anything, just time.
Well, be careful, because it looks like... You see this damage on the rail? Something knocked him overboard.
Braxon,
Well,
I
I'll
can
find-
make you fly. I can make you fly with Lafdul if you want. I
Oh,
have memorized the spell, so
That sounds fun.
want
How
to?
long do I fly for? How long? That sounds fun.
Yours, it lasts several hours, or an hour also,
An hour. Okay.
if I remember.
Can we get the ship to come to a halt?
We assume the ship has come to
Yeah,
us,
I would say that I mean, it would have at least slowed down to tactical speed at
Can we,
that
like,
point,
backtrack a
when
bit,
there
then?
was an issue. I mean, you could, but if they're out of the gravity
Why?
plane, the chances of finding them, even going
Yeah.
backwards, is infinitesimal.
Yeah.
Is how dry is this blood?
It's still wet.
Oh, wet. That's like within an hour or so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it might have just happened. Let's go down a search of gravity plane then.
Yeah.
Um,
All right, so
So-
Leva, you're
Alan is
casting
touching the
fly.
plane with his spyglass as well.
Yes. Level
Uh-huh.
variation. Oh, poor Braxon. What a pity I put you into a fireball.
The thing is, you're close enough to be targeted by it.
All right,
You're not
so
immune to
Braxon, you're now
fireball.
able to fly.
Okay, Braxton's gonna put his rope back around him.
I'm gonna. You don't need that. I'm gonna change
He's-
self and fly
He's still putting his
out
rope
to self.
around him, and then he's gonna leap overboard.
All right. So you fly down
Yeldan.
to inspect the gravity plane.
I'm going
Yeldan's
with him.
also looking at the gravity plane with his spyglass.
Braxton's trying to think of the crewman falling down and bouncing below the gravity plane, and then bouncing up, and then settling on the gravity plane and drifting outwards. And he's gonna
So, are we all awake?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this was
Yeah,
shift change.
different.
Everyone was awake.
Okay, then I guess I'll search around too by flying down with my wolf.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the plan.
be. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
so we've got three
Braxton's-
people searching then. Me,
Braxton's
Braxon,
already asked for the crew to look at the gravity plane, see if they can see anyone floating.
Okay. Are you staying up on the top part of the gravity plane, or are you going to go down to the bottom? You're going to flip over.
Braxton go both ways. He's first going to see if the crewman went through the gravity plane, he'd go under the ship, and he might have caught down there, or he might have bobbed in the gravity plane and gone outwards. So he'll first search for anything that the crewman might have landed on
Or
or
grab
caught
a
up
hold of.
against.
Okay.
Yeah, and we also had a monster on the bottom of the ship once, so he'll go down there and look.
As you pass down through the gravity plane, a large gray form streaks out from beneath the ship, right
I'm following him.
at each of you.
Yeah, I'm following too.
There's three of
And
us.
two more streak out at you, Ockar.
Nice.
Oh, hey.
Don't forget that I cast strength on Braxon in warning.
You did?
Or the
You
change.
didn't mention that
shift
earlier.
change.
You didn't mention that earlier.
We weren't specifying. Same with my healing potions.
Oh, okay.
The gray forms do miss you. You guys managed to dodge out of the way. But
Even
let's
me.
go ahead
Does Yeldan
and-
see them?
Braxton's going to give out a yell as soon as he sees one.
How long has it been since this has started happening? Because my owls stuff does not last too long.
It's been about 3 or 4 minutes. Because this is like, right after you discuss what's going on, you two are over the edge inspecting it, and then you start going down to look around, and then they come out from beneath the ship and
Are they
attack you.
Are they obviously scavers or something else?
Now that you've dodged out of the way, yes, they are, and you can see more coming out from beneath the ship.
Braxon yells, "Scavers! Lots of them!
All right.
Weapon crews to shoot any they can hit."
Old.
Yes.
At the very least, I have 15 minutes on my altar self, so I've got about 12 minutes, 12 rounds at minimum.
Yeah, you're probably
you
fine.
might want to.
You're probably gonna want to go land.
What's the
The
duration?
variation, it's 3d4 plus 2 rounds of level. So I got 12 plus another 3. So 15 at minimum. So I've lost 3, so 12. Actually, no, just rolled a 3d. I won't know, so. I know I've got at least 12 rounds.
3d4 plus 12?
No. Yeah.
Alright. Hold on.
I was just counting in the minimum of each die, which...
Yeah, right. I know.
one.
I get that. I mean, the chances that you get minimum on each die is not terribly high. Anyway, everyone can go ahead and roll initiative. These are, they're not large creatures, FYI.
Doesn't matter what I'm gonna do to them.
Only the characters who are flying right now can use melee weapons. Everyone else would have to be using missile weapons. None of the heavy weapons are going to be able to effectively hit any of them.
Ballistas might though.
Right.
No, given the angle, they can't.
Old said no. Right.
Okay,
I fumble.
Braxon did call them to get onto the weapon. So.
Yeah, no, I mean, so they're on the weapons. They just can't get a shot. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my longsword.
I fumbled my roll, so I'm doing a second roll to get on the tracker, but it's not the roll it was.
Okay, you can go ahead and modify yourself then.
Yeah, I'm doing that. So I'm just letting people know so they don't think I'm cheating.
All right, I got an 8.
Leva, are you doing anything?
Not this round, no.
All right.
You could drop anvils on the scavers.
You could use a sling.
Conjure anvil.
Yeah.
You could use a sling too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, these things are flying around. You're not gonna be hitting your party members. There are a lot of them, however. Quick count, Braxon. You see that it looks like a dozen.
Whoa! And these things come up during the ship inspections.
Which probably to you indicates that they came pretty recently.
Oh, we must have just flown into them. Because they would have hit our air envelope and got sucked in.
Yeah. Okay, Braxon, you're first.
Aren't gray scabbers like the poisonous ones?
No.
They're... all we need to know is they're trying to kill us. Okay, Braxon presses a button on his stick of many buttons to bring out the flaming sword in the hope that the scaver is so stupid that it's scared by flame and takes a swing
We live out in space.
at the nearest one.
Okay.
Oh!
Unfortunately, you're not terribly used to this whole flying
Space
thing,
fight.
and you are not able to hit one. Yeldan.
So
haven't got
I
your
get.
0 G.
I'm level 7 now, so I get 4 arrows because I have the what is it again? It's not mastery. It's
It is not 4
expertise.
It is not 4 arrows.
I think
I think it might be 3.
Because I have expertise in it, so that means I
Yeah,
get
it's
the
not
same
4 though.
attack rate as
Pretty sure it's 3. I'll double check it. I'll give you 3 right now, but I'll double check it afterwards.
Okay.
4 is like really high level. That's a hit.
Slash R 8 plus 1.
Oh right, it's the brown scabbers that are poisonous.
Oh damn it.
All right. Your
I'm
arrow.
obviously attacking ones that aren't in melee.
Yeah. I mean, they're flying around, so it's not an issue at this time. Your arrow does come in and hit one. Does not kill it, however. But the arrow does stick into its side. All right, Lafdul. Lafdul?
I was muted. I'm casting Sanctuary myself, sorry.
Okay.
If I remember right, the Grey Scabbers are the weakest ones.
Yeah, they're the common. They're the most common variety.
That's why there's so many of them.
What?
They're like the goblins of Spelljammer. Spelljammer.
Not really.
Goblins are the goblins of Spelljammer.
Yeah,
Sanctuary lasts 8 rounds.
It was a joke.
They're the flying sharks of Spelljammer.
So Higgimus, what are you doing?
Okay, sorry, I didn't know it was my turn yet here. I am going to try to
shoot him with your gun?
Yep.
All right, go ahead and roll.
Hey!
Were you targeting the same one that Yeldan targeted, or a different one?
I don't know where everything is at,
just
so
all
I
below
guess I
you.
can target the same one.
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah, the same one he hits.
Okay.
Critical hit!
Give me a
Let's
second
roll
to.
this.
So that's that 2d8, right?
With guns, yes. Yeah, I'll do that. Let me actually.
Or do you want me to roll that differently because it has a chance of?
The thing is that because of that I was thinking maybe it shouldn't, but no, it should still do. You could do 2d8. That's fine.
Okay.
I need to.
How are we going to determine what the exploding dice is?
Well, I mean, if you get 1 8, then you roll another 8.
Oh, okay.
If you get 2 8s, then you roll 2 more 8s. That's fine.
Oh. So this scabber might blow up.
Okay. Nope.
It still might be dead, though.
Took 8 damage.
8 rounds for the sanctuary, Lafdul, you said?
There you go.
Okay. Let me actually check something else. Let me see what that effect would be. That is still going to be a smaller weapon, though. Actually, no, that should be a medium weapon, I think.
I don't know. It's just piercing. That's all I know.
Yeah. So arrows, even though they're longbow arrows, still count as a large weapon, even though they're not for the purposes of the critical hit. Let me just get my charts
I
up.
don't know anything about the chart about the critical hit stuff.
That's fine. Okay, there's that. Is that a save? Yeah, saved anyway. Alright, so 8 points of damage. Just wanted to get that taken care of.
It has been a long enough period of time that my armor would have been made. The Silence Elven Chain, or?
Yes.
Yeah, you
So
have
I'm
that.
adjusting my armor class also.
Okay.
I'll be wearing that.
Okay. I will check on that later. It's fine. Well...
Yeah, the base AC is 5 for chainmail.
Yeah.
So I'm just adding 5 to my AC of 6. So.
Okay. All right. The
So -1.
creatures are coming around to attack. The one that was injured is coming up to try and swipe at Yeldan, since he was the one that hit. And that is a miss. And holy cow, where did that other die go? Oh, well.
It rolled off your table.
It did. I'm going to have to pick it up later. It rolled really far.
Some zest.
Well, you got a break soon, haven't you? You can go.
That
hunting
is
for it.
true. It is a little bit later than I
We can
expected.
do the break after this round.
Yeah.
What do you think this is? A Republic cereal?
Okay, one of the scavers does come in and manage to hit you, Braxon. All the others are missing their targets.
Oops.
And it hits you for 5 points of damage, and I need you to make a saving throw versus death.
Oh,
Critted.
no.
Yeah, it critted.
It's,
No, it critted.
All right. So that's not a saving throw to avoid being swallowed.
No,
No.
it's too small for that. What do you need?
Target is... Hang on. The wrong end of the character
It's the
sheet.
top one.
Death is 10.
Okay.
You pass.
All right, so you just take the
No.
5 points of damage.
Isn't it higher better? Oh, yeah, there you pass, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, Ockar?
Misread.
Yeah, I get 2 attacks with my longsword every round. So
But only one right now,
I get one at the end of the round.
because it goes in order of initiative.
Yeah.
But when
so-
you roll a critical hit, don't you have to roll where it hits first?
Only it doesn't matter if you save, because you just if you save, you only take double damage.
Okay, then
Oh.
I'm going to swing at one of these guys with my longsword.
Okay.
Ah!
Goodbye,
No!
longsword.
Okay, that
Goodbye,
sword
long-
goes flying.
Well, my next round is gonna be chasing after the sword. See
Yeah,
ya.
if you don't do that, the sword will be out of the air envelope. So
Aw.
if
Next
you
turn I'll be
forego-
chasing my sword.
if you forego your next round's attacks.
I
Okay,
Yeah,
do
I'll
have
do that.
locate objects in a
Ooh.
worst case scenario, but I have to
Braxon.
rest for it.
your turn.
Braxton's going to take his second sword attack against the thing that tried to eat him.
Mhm. That's it.
Oh! And I've got to remember what damage I do.
I've always gotta get one at the
We've
worst
only-
times.
We've only been playing for a year. You think I'd remember by now? It's a D8 plus something.
You can always roll the d8 and then look up the plus.
Yeah. Is it +2 or +4? I can't see the column at the top. Oh, +4, I think.
Okay. You give a good slice on one of these creatures, but you do not kill it.
Yeah, it's specifically the creature that bit him.
All
Yeah.
right. Yeldan, you can go ahead and take your 2 arrows since Ockar's sword went flying. All right, that's a hit. This is on the one that you already hit, and you do manage to kill that one. You might be muted.
I can't switch targets, right? So I don't.
No, you can
fire
switch
my
targets
third.
with the next
Okay.
arrow. That is a hit.
We are so good now.
Okay.
me.
You have done just a little bit of damage to another one. All right, but yes, we are going to take our break here, so I can retrieve my my other die, and see if we can eliminate these scavers in the next, well, about 10 minutes away. All right, so
Nice.
that's when we'll be back.
Just like a Republic cereal.
I'm gonna walk off and go use the bathroom then.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm grabbing a coffee.
See ya.
I just realised Elven Chain isn't as bad as Studded Leather in terms of my stat penalties.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Anyway, we'll be back shortly.